Vladimir Lenin, April 22, 1870, January 24, 1924. Born Vladimir Ilyich Ulyanov, was a Russian revolutionary, politician, and political theorist. He served as the head of government of Soviet Russia from 1917 to 1924 and of the Soviet Union from 1922 to 1924, and as the leader of the Bolshevik Party. Vladimir Lenin. Lenin developed a variant of Marxism, later known as Leninism, which became the predominant ideology of the communist movement in the Soviet Union and elsewhere following the October Revolution. Lenin was born in Simbirsk, Russia, to a wealthy and educated family. He became involved in revolutionary politics after his older brother Alexander was executed for his role in an assassination attempt on Tsar Alexander III. Lenin was arrested for his own political activities and exiled to Siberia in 1897. While in exile, he married Nadezhda Krupskaya, a fellow revolutionary. In 1900, Lenin moved to Western Europe, where he continued to write and organize. He was a leading figure in the Russian Social Democratic Labor Party, which split into two factions in 1903, the Mensheviks and the Bolsheviks. Lenin led the Bolsheviks, who were the more radical faction. In 1905, Lenin returned to Russia and led the Bolsheviks during the failed Russian Revolution of 1905. After the revolution was crushed, Lenin was forced to flee into exile again. During World War I, Lenin opposed the war, arguing that it was an imperialist war between capitalist powers. He called for a socialist revolution to overthrow the Tsarist regime and establish a socialist state. In February 1917, the Russian Revolution broke out again. The Tsar was overthrown and a provisional government was established. Lenin returned to Russia and led the Bolsheviks in the October Revolution, which overthrew the provisional government and established the Soviet state. Lenin became the head of the Soviet government and began to implement his socialist program. He nationalized the banks and industry, and he redistributed land to the peasants. He also established a one-party state with the Bolsheviks in control. In 1918, Russia was forced to withdraw from World War I after signing the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk. The treaty was unpopular with the Russian people, and it led to a civil war between the Bolsheviks and their opponents. The Bolsheviks won the Civil War in 1922, and Lenin established the Soviet Union. He served as the leader of the Soviet Union until his death in 1924. Lenin's legacy is complex and controversial. He is credited with leading the Russian Revolution and establishing the first socialist state in the world. However, he is also criticized for his authoritarian rule and his suppression of dissent. Regardless of one's opinion of Lenin, there is no doubt that he was one of the most important figures of the 20th century. He had a profound impact on the course of history, and his ideas continue to be debated and discussed today.